Yes, Headbangers Ball is still rocking away backstage with Phil and Rex from Pantera. And Phil, with Cowboys from Hell, you're several albums down the line. How do you feel about your independent releases in retrospect of the critical acclaim of the new album?
Well,
the first 3 releases we had with a different singers, like a different band. We're like really young. Instead of putting demos out, we put records out, you know, and put vinyl out, and it's like a totally different band with Phil. Since he's been in the band since early '87, it's been 4 years now, and it's been like it's night and day compared to what the old band used to be. So we don't like to talk about the old stuff because basically it is a new band with the same name, you know.
And all the fans that we have now, even including at home, that have seen the band since day one, don't even acknowledge the old days. I mean, it's like Pantera is what we are now, the Cowboys from Hell, you know, and that's.
I think you're only as good as your last album, and the last one was Cowboys from Hell. And
that's a good way to put it. Only as good as your last.
And wait till you hear the next one, believe me.
Now, have you updated any of the old material to include in your live set?
No.
What song did you think?
Well, that's irrelevant, but that was done with me on album. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, no.
No, that's a big no. Okay, now what have you found to be the advantages and disadvantages of coming from Texas as opposed from being in a scene town like LA or New York?
Okay, now that question right there, to answer your question simply, that's not the answer. It's an advantage totally. If we were from LA or New York, where the race is on always and there's a trend to follow and this and that, then we
wouldn't be the same band.
We wouldn't be the same band, number one, and we'd fall in line, and I don't think we could do any type of music well, I guess, but man, being from Texas and this and that, we have the advantage, number one, of the hecklers and the people that disbelieve, you know, they're going to sound like ZZ Top and this and that. What are they doing on the Suicidal Tendency tour? And we come out and bludgeon them with what we do. That's a full advantage on our behalf, you know, and we love it. Disadvantages of being from Texas? No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I think it justifies our identibility, or if that's the word. It's ourselves. We're not trying to be anything else but ourselves.
There's no,
you know?
scene to follow there. We are the scene, actually, man. We are
very honest.
Very honest. Very honest. And we are, you know, we're the only band of our genre in Tejas. You know what I'm saying? And we got a great crowd there.
Good. Okay, now coming up very shortly, we've got the video to Cemetery Gates, and I found this song very, very interesting. It's not a typical death metal song, but rather a very... No, I know, but the title might lead people to believe that it was, but it's actually a semi-ballad, basically expressing anger that somebody died and left you alone to face the world on your own. I couldn't work out whether that was about a girlfriend or maybe your mother. What was the inspiration behind that song?
Well, a couple of years ago, I had two real close friends of mine, and they were guys. And we just grew together, you know, and they committed suicide. This real good friend of mine who committed suicide, and then right after that, I think my other friend copycatted it in a way, and he killed himself also, and, you know, and that was real rough. Anyway, I wrote Cemetery Gates in context of boy-girl, so it wouldn't be so, I think it would be disrespectful if I wrote a song about my dead friend. I just do, you know, I think it'd be, well, you know, my friend died and I feel sad and all that. You know, nobody wants to hear that, I don't think. And, no,
but it had a positive aspect to it as well. You were saying, you know, I'm going to carry on.
Exactly. Now, that's the whole point. You have to get through that. You need to get on with life. And a different significance with the song that I wrote, Cemetery Gates, is about a guy who has built his entire life around a certain woman. It's his best friend. They love each other so much. Real lost. Austin has no direction anymore, and he's just in total mourning, and he needs to get on with his own life. And that's, you know, it's kind of what, you know, when someone dies around you or leaves you like that, you know, they wanted to leave. They wanted to kill themselves. They wanted to be gone. It's tough to handle sometimes. But you're right, it is a positive outcome in the end, the Cemetery Gates.
Okay, so we're going to see Cemetery Gates right now, complete with that wonderful acoustic guitar.